Everybody, welcome. Chat going here. Oops. Where'd that chat go? Where'd that chat go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is new patch. 11.7. I guess I was banning Kaisa. I'm not sure what else to ban. I think after the Kaisa nerfs, it's probably okay, but... Hey, what's up, Pontiff? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for becoming a member, by the way, also. I think I said that the other day, but I'll say it again. Now, one thing that I pointed out in the patch notes that I had not fully noted when I read this on stream yesterday when I was going over the changes near the end of the league portion of the stream was this right here. We've made updates to the Summoner's Rift ranked LP formulas and general skill detection to provide smoother LP gains and losses across the board. What is a general skill detection? There should be no detection. Detection makes it sound like it is something qualitative, right? Like it's making a judgment call about something. It should be completely quantitative. Hey, these are 4-digit numbers running into each other. It should not be something that you subjectively are trying to detect and determine. So I'm not sure what that is. I know that they have something like that for levels 1 to 30 to try to detect smurfs based on certain individual performance metrics. God, their team is so annoying. Ivory's just such a pain in the ass. I guess we'll just try Rakan anyways. Hey, cool, man. Yeah, I like Lulu, too. If we get, like, a Jinx or something, there's a decent chance I could try Lulu with her. And thanks for coming out, Salato. I appreciate it. What's up, Scott? I don't know the numbers behind Gwen. I haven't seen it, but just as far as her kit is concerned, I think my first impression is she looks overpowered. She looks kind of like on-release Irelia was the closest thing I could think of. Just too mobile, lots of damage. The fact that it looks like she can just completely avoid projectiles. It's like an even better Morgana shield is how it appears. Now, again, I don't know the cooldowns. I don't know the numbers, but... Okay, set, huh? Oh, their team is annoying. I guess we'll play it. I didn't scout everybody out, so I'm not super thrilled with this, but... but yeah, that has me a little worried. I really hope they are not, or they have not been, implementing some kind of individual skill calculations into the LP formula. Because I think that is a terrible road to go down. I know that in theory, like, it sounds good. Right? It's like, okay, I want some recognition for being good despite my, you know, idiot teammates. So I should be able to climb even if everyone else on my team is feeding if I'm playing well personally. Like, in theory, that sounds good. But in practice... that's really bad. I mean, yeah, you're right, Pontiff. That could, it could be adjusting how streaks impact stuff, but I really don't even think they should do streaks. So, my initial point is, like, they tried that in Overwatch, and they probably tried that in other games, but the problem is, it encourages, much more yellow queue behavior, right? It encourages KDA players, people who are... I mean, I think it's good to strive to have a good KDA, but if people know that your rank is, like, gonna be partially determined by that, then even fewer people are gonna follow up on your engages, right? and like more people are going to insist on playing high DPS stuff, and there's going to be even fewer people willing to play support because they're worried that, you know, their rating might be hurt. Because support is the hardest thing to gauge in terms of like statistical things, right? Because so much of support is just your decision making in terms of engages, when to roam, where you're putting your vision, which kinds of items you're building. Like, support's the thing that's just like the hardest to really like put your finger on in terms of like, that's really good support play in every situation. Like, it's so versatile. Look, I just woke up from a nap that I did. My sleep schedule is usually, I'll get like maybe 3 hours of sleep from like 9 to 12, and then I'll eventually go to sleep and get another like 4 hours at night.
Life is way more fun with rules.
Get pwned with the cheese. But yeah, so that's kind of the worst case scenario if they're doing that. If they're doing it with just streaks, that's less bad, but I still don't like that. I mean, their intent is probably to get Smurfs out of lower elo faster. So that they don't ruin games as much, but I think it's just bad to penalize people who go on a loss streak, right? To make a... Because that would effectively make the meme, like the loser's queue, like an actual thing. Which I don't like either, because that's just bad for the psychology of the game. Sometimes people are just going to lose games. And putting them... I guess you're not technically putting them with other people who've lost games, but you're putting them with lower people, and you are basically accelerating losses. So you're accelerating gains and accelerating losses if you do that. And I don't think that's... I don't know why. Like, other than getting Smurfs out of there. But I don't think you should base... And you're making it easier to boost, so they can do it in fewer games. Like, you're encouraging bad behavior, I feel like. It's like, yeah, you're getting the boosters out of lower elo fast, but that means that, you know, it's faster for them. It's more lucrative for them to make accounts or boost people or whatever. So I don't think you need to make it harder to climb, which is sort of what they did at the beginning of the season. Why not just make it linear? Just plus minus 15 every game, no matter what. And just matchmake you against somebody who's within 50 LP of where you are, and that's it. Like, why is that no good? I think he healed. No, maybe he did it. Couldn't get to the gen. I got Set's flash though, which is nice. Now they should get zoned off of this, I think. Well, I suppose we can just go ahead and push, it's fine. I think that's gonna bounce. I think it's gonna hit the range may not quite get there. Alright. This is a little awkward, but alright, since we got those flashes, I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead and go with this. I had thought about going for like Was it the old school item we used to get? Night Harvester, but... Scott, oh, I think I answered the question earlier. What do I think about Gwen? It looks OP, but I don't know numbers. Gosh, people constantly complaining. Jungle bad. I mean, that is always one nice thing about something like WoW, right? Like, League is competitive, and that's cool, and I like competition, but, you know, just the non-stop people complaining, making excuses. It's nice to have a lot of people, you know, basically trying to work together in the WoW scene. Have kind of a positive community instead of negative is nice. Not to say that WoW is always better than League. I still like League. I still play League all the time. It's just kind of a different thing.
Life sucks without Zion. But it is less complicated.
There's something that's definitely noteworthy. If you're playing, you know, some kind of MMO or a more cooperative type of game. We are sort of ahead on farm, but not that much. So if you want to join us, play on our WoW guild, Heartseeker. On Alliance. I'll plug it for Black Falcon out there.
Most good guys, just kidding.
I think it is kind of nice in general to have a little bit of variety. Like, I do like playing League a lot, but it does also help me with my own mental sum to have like some other games and some other stuff that I have going on, so I'm not like as frustrated about lost streaks. So I'm like, okay, I had a bad night, but you know what? I can go do this other thing also, and that's fine. Go play this fun single-player game, go play some WoW, or whatever, even if you had a tough night of League. Go read this really interesting book, or whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, there are people that don't take accountability in WoW, but I feel like, in general, like,
Way more fun now.
in most guilds, if it's now... Some guilds can be really toxic, too. If you're in a good guild, you know, then WoW can be a lot less toxic and a lot less stressful. Now, if you're, like, in some kind of boot camp guild, you know, that may not necessarily be the case. But...
I dance to the beat. The beat called darkness.
Damn, no one's got Dragon yet at 8 minutes. I'm not gonna be able to get that cannon.
I only believe in myself. Ooh, and Zion.
Enemy killing spree.
Hopefully Naruto doesn't AFK. Because now that Naruto started talking shit, then Elise is not going to make the best strategic choice, because now she's in the screw this guy mentality. And now Zed's dogpiling on him. That's why you just shouldn't say anything. I've got the chat like enabled to start with by default now, but I end up having to mute it in like 3/4 of the game.
You give up the rules.
The reason that I didn't just disable chat like I used to, because you can't type in disable chat, but if I mute, I can still type and they see it unless they mute me. So it's like, it's weird. Mute is a one-way street.
The universe indicates chaos. I'm just helping it along.
He doesn't have Blast Plant. You got Warrior. Are you wanting to run with a Warrior main tank? Or, talking like arms or something? I guess we do need a Warrior or two. Having some, like, 1 or 2 Warrior DPS is nice, because, then if we need to switch, if we need to have, you know, someone do DPS for a fight, or someone, like, have an extra tank for some of those fights. Warriors can do it. I still think ferals are probably better for that, but we already have so many druids that... But warriors do some things that are helpful. Everybody's peer pressuring. It's like we're a cult or something. Now everybody's peer pressuring. Come on, man. Join the Brotherhood. It'll free your mind. Jen is such a cool design, by the way, for AD carry. Even just like the voice lines and the kind of character is just really fun. Life has no meaning but your death shall. I like it. Yeah, we just don't have the positioning. Zed got forced back or he was dead. I can't remember. Either way, I think we had to just lay that down. Huh. Yeah. Warriors are definitely supposed to be in theory, the best, at least in tier 4. Main tanks. Now, druids are extremely good too if they have the right kind of gear. And I think if your healers are kind of geared. But it's hard for other people to get to the crush cap. Or other tanks to get to the crush cap. In early gear, I believe, is what I understand. But warriors can still get crushed, but it's less likely because of their shield wall. As long as they're using shield wall on cooldown, basically, not shield wall, shield block on cooldown. Then they should be crush capped a lot of the time. Sometimes they'll sneak some stuff in, but I've heard that like the really high performing guilds are probably gonna do druid paladin.
I do what I want. No Starguard.
I need a ward. Let me go.
Turret plating will fall
I
soon.
am bad because I'm free and
Shit. Really?
dancing between the rules.
Zed didn't even do anything. I guess he just ran away, like saw Silas coming and ran. Arms does help hunters. We do not have a lot of hunters right now, but we do have some. So yeah, arms is good for all physical
Being bad just
DPS stuff.
so good.
And having some warriors for like battle shout and sunder armor, especially if we're not going to run a rogue, like having the sunder armor is nice. Now, do you have to be in defensive stance to sunder armor? Like, is that going to be bad for warriors to have to stance to apply that? Even if it is, they're going to have to figure out a way to do it. Like, we either have to have exposed armor or sunder armor, even if we don't have a warrior tank. Did I just go Imperial Mandate here, or... I think I'm still just going to go Imperial this time because...
Sparkles are so darn
Maybe I should have gotten boots. But that extra little bit of damage actually is relevant early, and it's like Shirelli is good, but we don't have a ton of meatballs we're trying to run in there, like maybe Gnar, but...
Shut down.
Yeah, I mean, people might boost hunters too. That's a thing. I don't think a lot of people are going to want to like re-level stuff unless it's the shamans. Please re-level if you're shamans. We will find a way to hook you up. You will have a high priority for tier 4 gear. You know, I can mail you some mats for your professions or something to get you going, or I don't know. Like we need shamans. I know people can't do shamans yet, but we will take care of you if you play a shaman. Your pick on which kind. Obviously, Resto is really good. Okay.
Most good guys are just kidding themselves.
An ally has been slain.
Now it's oh, is she gonna get him? Maybe.
Living the dream.
Really? Holy shit.
Enemy double kill.
Damn, my ignite literally came up right at that moment and said, well, this clown freaking got hit, broken stopwatch, and got away with 1 HP with flash ignite.
Your
Like, come
turret has
on.
been destroyed.
I mean, we need 5, so we can have a lot of them. Right now we have, I think, like 17 guild members. We will add more eventually, but
Doing the right thing.
I'm not scared about,
I'm way more fun.
you know, a third of our guild turning over to shaman. They might, and that would be fine if they did, but we have a lot of warlocks though too, which is very good. And druids. I think druids are really underrated. Nice. And we'll at least, we can get together. I mean, some people might be able to, you know, help you, like, power level even more. Especially if we have people that want to run Draenei with other classes or something. I don't know if that's going to happen a ton, but if people wanted to run a Draenei mage or, you know, something like that. You know, there might be people online around the same time, or that are willing to do some of the day-to-day quests, and I'm sure we'll have people online that can help you out with some of the elite quests and run some dungeons and stuff, at least once, just to get the quests in there.
Way more fun than giving you rules.
Ally has been slain. Shut down. An ally has been slain.
Chaos. I'm just helping it along.
You've invited John to the guild 3 times. John's in the guild. What are you talking about?
I love evil. And evil.
Yeah, some are alts. That's what I was trying to calculate. I'm pretty sure, right? Isn't John Warlock, or is this like a meme or something? I thought John was a Warlock, or maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Yeah. I mean, druids are, like, definitely a conversation for them being the best tank.
Self-control.
In tier 6, at least. I mean, they're, like, pretty damn good in most stuff. And, like, healers, you know, there are some scenarios, if played, like, super well, and if they have the correct items, where they could be, you know, the top of the meters in some fights and healing. That wall warding is so annoying. Yeah, Celigar is the only one so far. The thing is, like, we can recruit people from the server eventually that are, you know, pure DPS type of stuff, right? It's the shamans that are going to be difficult, especially shamans on Alliance side that are going to be so hard because a lot of people are not going to want to re-level, right? Because you can't boost them. So that's what's going to make, like, Alliance side harder because you need more shamans than you do paladins most of the time. Like, Horde, you know, you got to level your paladins up, but I think most people would argue that you want more shamans than you have paladins, and that if you had to be short on something, you'd rather be short on paladins than shamans, although they're both good. Like, your first paladin has a ton of mileage, right? And the second one's, like, pretty good, but, like, you know, after 2, you're getting into kind of luxury buffs. Like, it's good, but versus, like, every shaman is, like, really good with almost no diminishing returns. Why would he run away? I mean, we had him blocked. What about that? Okay, yeah. I think we should be able to get this. Ivern, okay, Ivern's not gone yet. Okay, good. The Silas threw pretty hard there. Okay, we're coming back. We're not really, like, that far behind, right? Like, people are losing their little minds, but... And they do have a good comp. Like, I still don't think we're favored, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I still think that, for the most part, unless there are extreme cases, people can level what they want and be fine. It's just shamans are sort of a special case where... You know, I'll go over... I'm still working on the loot video. I'll probably release it this weekend, but... System I'm working with would probably give shamans, like, all 3 specs, like, pretty heavy priority in tier 4 anyways, because they have very good sets in all 3 specs. And so that, you know, you'd have some good gear, you'd be helping people out, we'd help you out, do dungeons, do quests, and things like that. And like I said, you know, I could maybe either bribe people with some gold, or... help you out with materials, which is basically equivalent of gold for, like, professions and things like that. Another perk is also, I don't think that you, like, there's not as much of an emphasis on craftable stuff, so that will indirectly save you a lot of money too. That like, because you can do the healing set or whatever, but oh, I need to get boots. I don't even have boots yet. Jesus. That's rough.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince of Evil, the Emperor, doing the right thing.
I don't know about that. I'd rather just hand him a little bit of in-client gold. Maybe. I mean, we'll see how much we need it. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and complete that because I've already got it, but I should definitely have gotten boots at some point. But if it's like get brown boots or complete Staff of Flowing Water, like, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Like, I'm slower at rotations, but I do have, like, really powerful teamfight buffs that we otherwise wouldn't have had, so. Call him a simp while you're at it. Simp it up. Simp Nation. That's right. Butter my tushy. Wonder how my wife would feel if I was a simp. There's like some hot e-girl type of streamer and I was like donating hundreds of dollars to her. My wife would probably be like, She'd probably be more concerned about the money than she would be about any sort of like ideas of adultery though. God, can I move yet? What even CC'd me? Just the Silas, I guess? Wait, where did the dude go that just ran in there? Was that Nar? Who just Leroyed into their team? I thought it was Nar, but then when I looked, like, nobody was there. Or was it Elise? I'm so confused on what just happened. I thought we were winning that, because somebody just, like, ran deep, and then Cho'Gath was cut off. And then I guess Silas came in. You most likely would not have a wife. Would piss her off. She'd be more mad about the money, probably. Wasn't the Nar the one that ran in? Or was it Zed? I'm so confused. I just saw someone run in and jump in, and I thought we were like going. There is someone named Bazooka in the guild, isn't there? I thought that was Space Bazooka. Right. This is gonna get more and more difficult because of Ivern. Really? Yeah, we didn't have Nar. Nar is finally getting like a CS lead at least, even though he's never at these fights hardly.
The universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
Can't go too deep there because Ivern put those bushes up, so he's obviously in the area. Can Nar beat him one-on-one? He should be able to at this point in the game, I think.
Perfection doesn't exist, except for my hair.
I'm a little dicey if they flank me. They're looking at it. I can't safely go up there and ward that, so. Oh, okay. I guess there's someone else named Bazooka. That's gonna get confusing real fast.
Don't be such a star, baby.
Do we have any grievous wounds yet? Okay, Trist's got it.
I do danger
Oh, is that blocking the vision of it? Are you kidding me, dude? That is so annoying. The bush is protecting his ward. I don't think I've ever seen that. Or maybe I just never appreciated just how obnoxious that can be.
Sometimes we legions of darkness need a break. Safety is boring, Coop. Let's start a fight.
Nice, very good, very good. Okay, well, Nar showed up, and we blew him up. Yeah, we do need to make sure they don't get this. Zed should just take it. God. Or help. Like, if Zed was here helping us, we could have all gone over there. That's so bad. Because, like, he's not going to be able to kill Cho. Nar. God bless. What is he buying? We're losing soul over a freaking Last Whisper. It's like, come on, man. Okay, God. Thank goodness Zed was able to find a pick there, because that could have been really bad. Alright, I'm gonna go buy him. Actually, no. We've got 2 dead. Even though I have a hell of a lot of gold, I think we gotta get at least 1 tower off of this. Just one of those things where we gotta use our momentum, and we had a wave stacking up. I'm not gonna get there fast enough. I don't think they're gonna be able to end it. Okay, so boots, and then just more CDR. I mean, maybe they can end it, but I'm skeptical. I was so slow with tier 1 boots. Okay, alright, I guess they end it. Yeah, I don't know how free trials and stuff like that interacts with Classic WoW. I mean, strategically, it would make sense if they allowed free trials for Classic WoW. I just don't know if that's going to be the case. I think Jason and I are just kind of desynced. He might be playing with Cody or something, too. This guy's like a little yippy dog. Yip, 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 yip. Gets destroyed in game, talks trash, tries to sabotage the team all game. And then it's just like, oh my god, this Cho'Gath's terrible. He obliterated me in lane, even though I had a favorable matchup. But I blamed the jungler, and my team carried me to victory, so now I'm going to talk trash. Oh god, so cringe. But doesn't matter. We got to win. It's all good. Alright, well, we can play a couple more. We'll get on the other account here. Dawnbringer Ribbon. This is a cool skin. It is, yeah. I mean, those are just kind of the law of numbers catching up with you. But yeah, you just gotta, just try to be consistent as much as you can. You can just avoid large loss streaks. Like, that's the #1 thing to climb. Like, large win streaks are cool, but if you can't hold on to them, it kind of feels bad. I mean, earlier in the season, I think I went 19-1 on AP Maokai. We went up a hell of a lot, and then eventually we lost some games and came back down a bit. Nah, it happens all over the place. I mean, Tyler 1 has fallen from, like, Challenger to, like, Diamond 3 or something in, like, 2 days before. Yeah, it would make sense for Classic WoW to give them a free trial. I think giving anyone a free trial of something is good, just to get them involved. I mean, I guess, like, their reasoning behind the Classic WoW thing and why they maybe don't offer a free trial for Classic WoW, if they don't, which I don't know, it sounds like they probably don't, is that you're not buying anything, so they would rather you buy their main game and get you connected with retail, because they're going to make a lot more money on a per person basis on retail. So with each individual person, I would say on average they're going to make more, because you have to buy the game, first of all, but the bigger thing is there's just more monetization options in retail, right? You have, like, store pets, just all sorts of different cosmetics from the store that you can get. And then you've got the WoW token that you can buy, which is, like, effectively like buying gold, if you want to do that. Yeah, pretty much that's not just sport, but it's almost anything in life. If you want to be successful or something, it's just being consistent. Level 2 Tauren Shaman outside of Stormwind. Well, they are just having some fun. I don't know, maybe they swam over. Okay, well, I mean, my point stands. Like I said, I don't remember the exact situation, but so they're a trial on retail, and they can't sign up for live. I mean, I was just talking about theoretical stuff. Like I said, I didn't know the situation, like I said, but How good is the Amumu? I mean, it looks okay. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal, but sometimes some things are a much bigger deal than they seem. I mean, a bigger thing other than just the Amumu buffs is that they nerfed the Lord Dominic's Regards pretty significantly. So that definitely helps Amumu out, because then there's not going to be as many tank breaking items. They also buffed Sunfire a few patches ago. Like, they've rebuffed some of these tank items that they nerfed, and then they have nerfed 80 carry several times, and Kaisa is nerfed as well, who is, you know, good into tanks typically. I'm not sure who else to ban, so let's ban Kaisa. So yeah, I mean, if you want to try him out, sure. I mean, if he has a high percentage, he has a high percentage. But good to see again. Also, Dellaby. I'm not sure how long it's been. But yeah, consistency's huge. Underrated aspect of people that are really good at things is, you know, time investment and consistency. A lot of times we think, oh, that person's just born this way, or they're just born really good at this, or, you know, they just have like this some greatness that's innate in them. And there's some of that with some people to some extent, but most people who are really great at something also put a hell of a lot of time into whatever it is, and became very consistent. Oh, okay, I guess someone's leaving. I was just gonna recon again. Yeah, get another paladin. I was trying to think, what would I play if I wanted to use my boost on an alt? I was trying to think of what... Is there a situation... I mean, like a tank. I can't tank on my priest. We already have so many druids. Like, the thing I would want to play probably on an alt, or the only other thing right now that I would think of playing would be maybe druid, but we already have so many druids. I'm trying to think of like some kind of utility, or like why I would do it. It'd be tricky to sub out a healer to like be a tank on a fight, because usually you're not, like, usually you would sub out a DPS for a tank on a fight. Because if you're going to have more tanks, you're going to have to probably have more healing, you know, on that fight. So it's just like, I don't see many scenarios where I would sub out, like, a priest. And that's what I'm really thinking of. And priest is pretty good in PvP, too. So it's not like level a shaman. I mean, I thought about it, but winning by example. But I mean, there's something to be said for that, of course. But I think also me putting in a lot of time potentially on battlegrounds, or maybe pugging some like molten core or ZGs or AQ20s if we can't get 20 people to do it. I would like to do some of those as a guild, just to get some extra little pieces of gear. Obviously, they're going to be invalidated pretty quickly in TBC, but it'll be nice for a while. The PvP gear, if I can at least get the PvP weapon, is pretty good for a while. The rank 14 healing mace. Yeah, what's up, Sammy? The other PvP gear is good as well, but it's kind of expensive. WoW is too large to download. I think you're probably kidding, right? Isn't it like classic WoW is like 5 gigs or less or something? Yeah, running all the old school dungeons would be fun. I'm trying to tap into most of those. I mean, it's nice. No, they're changing it. I'm gonna get the rank 4. Like you can get the rank 14 gear on the pre-patch with honor points when they switch the honor system over. I think Sammy's being sarcastic, or maybe he is trying to download retail. I don't know how. Retail shouldn't be that big of a file either, but but yeah, you can honor grind, and it's kind of expensive. It is. I mean, let me pull this up over here. So yeah, you have like where you can choose over here if you want to do the live client, and when you download this right here, you can choose the live client or you can choose classic, and you don't have to download the live client if you're not playing that. You would just download the classic client. It was a little tricky to see how they did it, but I think there's a website that explains it. But yeah, so that is a way to get like some pretty good gear, especially for tanks or healers. I don't know if they have. They would probably have some interesting stuff. I mean, I don't think resilience. There's going to be no resilience on level 60 gear, but certainly for healers, because a lot of healers are obviously going to be leveling DPS and have mostly DPS items while they're leveling. So that's a good way to get a really like entry-level piece of healing gear is from PvP when they make the rank 14 available. So you probably would have to run, I don't remember what it is, like 30 or 40 battlegrounds or something to get it. You've got like a month to do it, but there's also, God, it would be a pain in the ass to get exalted with Alterac Valley, but they have a good offhand too. But you know, a lot of the stuff is going to get replaced. I'm down for running like 5,000 Ubers. I think that's where the Beast deck drops, which is the Dark Moon Blue Dragon Trinket, which a lot of top end priests I've seen run that on the private servers. So I'd have to theory craft and see, but there would certainly be some fights where I would want. I'm gonna wait just a second in case there's a troll. In case there are some people T-rolling. I don't believe it would take 70 gigs. You may have done it for nothing, Sammy. Does anyone have is there a video, like a YouTube video that someone could point him to that walks you through that process? of how to find that stuff. Can you name your warlock pets? I know you could name hunter pets. I could rename like the succubus after my wife. She'd probably like that if I rolled a lock. What did I download? I'm not sure. I don't think it's that big from what I remember. I know that the WoW client itself, I mean, it's from like 2004 or 2005. Yeah, I didn't think you could. I didn't think you could. From 2004, you know, like 5 gigs was probably like pretty damn big. I remember, I think I had like, no, I'm thinking RAM was like 15. I don't know, but I feel like that was pretty big back in the day. Maybe I should be banning Vayne instead. Probably an add-on for that. That could be true, you know. Yeah, I think they kind of hide Classic a little bit. They kind of push it in the back corner. It did take me a second to figure out where it is. Also, Quirky Middle is not usually ideal with random people, but I did. I showed him where it is on the client. It's like right here, but I don't remember where you download it. It's like somewhere on their main website. I think you just go to shop, right? And just look for Classic. I'm almost positive there has to be a YouTube video that says like, just type in like Classic WoW download or something like that on YouTube, and I'm sure there probably has to be a video for it. Oh my god. What? We're gonna get busted up in this lane potentially. These guys... Okay, so everyone else is duoed except for me. Is this guy good on Lux? Don't really have a lot of tanks. We have a pretty good poke comp. I mean, between Lux, Ezreal, and then my seeds, like, that's a lot of zone. Or, yeah, someone can get on Discord and walk you through it, too. What are we talking about? I don't even remember. I've got so many random things. was randomly thinking of some student stuff for some reason, and I don't remember why. I think it's because I'm introducing the next project to him tomorrow. The unit with interviews, the one everyone loves.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
I just went back just to refill my mana. May have been a mistake. We'll see. Well, you can just delete it. Hopefully it didn't ruin your day too much. But, no, what's up, Space Bazooka? Those little weasels walking around the smart way. You can ward both bushes and usually get them if I went harder on that, but I was trying to scout around their raptors. I maybe should have warded raptors. I probably should have. Like, we know he's bottom side, though. We're pretty confident he's bottom side. They didn't use any mana or take any health, but in theory, he could try a level 2, so I'm just going to go ahead and ward that. Like, he could go, like, red golems and gank. Now I have to decide, am I going to go AP or AD? I think just AP. We don't have a tank, like, we don't really have a way to start a fight. So maybe I should be going tank. Well, we did get a kill plus an assist, but it's not great that they got a trade kill. Really, Ezreal? God. Maokai has such a massive hitbox, too. Like, you get creep blocked. I feel like I get creep block on Maokai than, like, any other champ. They're about to hit level 3. Okay, he's topside. I guess we'll probably go tank. At least start that way. Wonder if I have mana flow banned, if there's any way that I could put multiple points in my E. Not gonna have any mana regen. Dude, this Ezreal's missing like every CS.
An enemy has been slain.
I don't know. It's gonna be really hard to die Xayah Rakan anyways. And kind of just doubling down on the damage, the poke and the damage with Lux. Just to get him low so Lux can kill him or Ezreal can kill him. I'm thinking maybe the AP. It's because our, like... It's going to be so hard to dive him anyways. But maybe poke is the way. I think I'm just going to go AP. he's going tier. Well, I guess they did just nerf Essence Reaver, so he might be back on the tier build, which means that he might be even worse than it seems. Alright, let's do that. Nah, I know it's the way, but I gotta say, I think just doing more poke damage to him is probably better, just because we have so much follow-up with the Ezreal and the Lux, and I just think kind of if I run in, like, we just don't have a great, like, dogpile comp, like, just jump on top of him comp. Well, I guess at least we got a kill for it. If I had saved my Q, maybe I could have last hit the dragon with the Q after he smited, but it was going to kind of be a long shot. I was just trying to kill him. I wasn't even thinking of that, but maybe if I had kind of next leveled it, I could have tried. Damn, that's bad. If they freeze this right here, he's going to be really far behind on CS. Mr. Clean. What? How do you get caught? You can't even fit through that. Come on, man. Get you some slim fast, Maokai. I feel you. I feel the pain, buddy, but like... Man, I do need to get some slim. I've been... This last year, dude, just hit me. I got my... I don't even know what I'd call my... freshman 15. I got like my 20th year freshman 15 or something. I don't know, but it just got me, man. My metabolism just decided to stop working last year. I guess after a decade of sedentary lifestyle, my body just decided to take its ball and go home. It's like, well, we gave you a chance. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get back in shape. So much of it is just my sleep, my terrible sleep style. Okay, nice. She hasn't backed yet, has she? Oh, she did at some point. Who was it that was running down? If you just hang out near the bushes, if Rakan ever engages, he's basically dead. My metabolism last worked in 1997. Understood. we don't know where they are, man. It's okay. I mean, Seraphine's probably not gonna roam on us as much, but Zaya also has ult, so I can't do anything like that fancy. I mean, yeah, we need to, but we can't, man.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree. An ally has been slain.
Ew. Okay.
Stillness is not peace, it is death.
Well, it certainly doesn't look like that in your picture there. It looks like you've definitely lost some weight. I mean, if she does use her E on the wave, like, he's right, that is helpful, but... And they have, like, basically double shield. We don't have Lux, we don't have a lot of stuff. Now they're pressuring this. So annoying. What the fuck? Alright, well, yeah, this one's pretty much over. I probably should have dodged this. We have too many... This comp just requires too much skill. It's like all squishy champs with no escapes. At least just bought like all pocket watches.
Turret has been destroyed. Turret plating will fall soon.
Another blade stuck in my bark.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Now for this mortal death.
So freaking stupid. Like, that's the first thing that anyone would think. People were saying F, 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 and then someone's like, it's just Maokai. Like, the natural thing I think that most people would think is that's blaming the Maokai. And then Lux is saying, no, he's saying that you're the only person, we're not sure if they're gonna FF or not. I'll just I mean, Elise already basically through the game with her build. Like literally building all stopwatches and throwing a fit. So we'll just get another game in here. I mean, I realize the guy is not a native English speaker, so I'm not like blaming him for that, but I think that Deluxe is being a bit ridiculous to say, oh, it's so stupid not to think that someone's blaming you in League of Legends when they call you out. It's definitely the exception rather than the rule. Not that it matters either way. Nice, man. Congrats. Yeah, I think I should have stopped. We just have too many squishy champs. Like, even if I went tank, though, like I said, we don't have a good comp for tank. Like, our comp can win if people are very good on their champs, but as you could see, like, we just did not have the games on it, right? We had one game on Ezreal, one game on Lux. And they just had a much better setup. And they had, like, double shield, like, potentially, like, double heal type of comp with Seraphine and Rakan, which is pretty good into, poke, so... Let's go on the other account real quick. Just to make sure we don't get any of those guys on our team again. I mean, the Camille, like, had a good win rate, but that just, I don't know. Sometimes I get baited. In fact, often. That's probably the #1 way that I get baited into showing up for a game is win rates on champs. So it's like, sometimes I'll give people, even if we have a bad comp, if we have people who have high win rates on champions, then I'll play it anyways. And I think that the comp matters more. The more that I think about it, and the more that I get baited by that, the more that I think that the comp matters more than the win rate. I mean, experience on champion also fits into that. So those are kind of like the 3 pillars of what you're thinking about if you want to dodge in champ select is, what does your composition look like? I mean, I guess the 4th one is like, do people have a bad attitude or not? I guess there are 5. So there's attitude, there is someone filled or not, but that's also a variation of how much experience do they have on the champ and in the role. So there's attitude, there's experience, there's win rate, and then there's just the overall composition and how well it stacks up against the enemy comp, and like how strong the champions are in the meta overall. And it feels like that one is mattering a lot more. Like, I know that's not the answer that most people want to hear, that it's just people can play whatever and win, but it feels like composition does matter, like, a lot. Like, we win games that have bad comps, but I feel like more often than not we win, like, if it has to be an extreme, that we win more games when our comp is good, but people don't have as much experience on the champs. Maybe I'm just, like, remembering it wrong, but I feel like, at least based on my memory, that I get baited into playing games that I should probably dodge because 1 or 2 people have a good win rate on a champion that can potentially carry pretty hard, like that Camille. Yeah. But, you know, looking at it objectively, you know, like, going back, so the way that I interpreted this was, okay, in theory, we have, like, it could work out really well with the Poke comp. So we have Ezreal, Maokai, Lux. But these champions are really hard to execute on because they're very squishy. I guess Lux and Elise do have CC. It's skill shot, but it's just like really hard to execute that comp. It's really hard to play it well. But then the Camille had a high win rate, but it's also a pretty low sample size. What is she, like 10-4 or something? Gwen is good. I mean, she could be kind of like a Kali as well, where she's really hard to play, and so she's like broken in pro, but rarely like super great in solo queue, like at platinum and lower, which is, you know, 90 whatever 7% of the players. Gwen does look really OP. Do they have? I don't think they have her numbers out yet, do they, or do they? Is she on the PvE right now? Oh, they do have some numbers. Okay, I can look at this now. Let me see. I could do a video that like previews her then, now that we have the numbers on her. Okay, so health is pretty good. Pretty high movement speed. She's got scissors. That's pretty whimsical. Health regen. Okay, so I think Aurelia type of stats. Gwen's basic attacks, the center of each snip and of each needle. Does she have 2 different attacks? Oh my god. Is that her ult? Okay. Get your reading glasses out. Get your lorgnette. Dude, I love the term lorgnette. Sorry, let me change the camera here. That's those little like opera glasses. I want some of those like for my back porch, just to kind of, I guess you'd call those binoculars these days, but lorgnette just seems a lot cooler. Gwen's basic attacks, the center of snip and needle, deal 1% of the target's maximum health bonus damage and heal her for 70% of the post mitigation damage they deal in champs. Wait, what? That's her passive? Every auto attack does 1% of the target's max health? Just because? And it heals her? So she gets like free on hit and percentage like damage with no abilities, no mana, no nothing, no cooldown. It just works. What? This is already looking rough. Okay. 1,000 cuts damage is modified based on the target. What? Deals an additional... Now, oh, there's extra. There's more. Stay tuned. I guess I'm just going to ban Vayne, especially if we're going to play Ezreal. Because Vayne hasn't been touched, and I still think she can be really good. People have kind of moved off the Vayne meta a little bit. She was, like, really strong for a few weeks there with Lulu. What the hell is going... Is my camera just about to die? Deals an extra 8 to 30 bonus damage against minions below 40% max health. Okay. Deals a maximum of such and such against monsters. Okay, so deals some damage versus minions and monsters. Oh, okay. I see what Finn's saying, that her other abilities really don't do that much damage. Okay, let me see. Gwen's basic attacks on attack grant a stack of Snippy for 6 seconds. Stacking up to 4 times. Subsequent attacks refresh the duration on hit. Okay. Gwen snips at least twice with her scissors in a cone in the target direction over the cast time, dealing magic damage per snip to all enemies in the area. The center of each snip deals true damage. Oh god, we gotta have our true damage in there. We haven't learned our lesson with that. Instead, and applies the bonus magic damage of 1,000 cuts. Oh, that's only if they're in the middle. So you get this crap as a bonus on each snip. So how many can she get up to? 4 times. That's 4% max health. Jesus, Vagar. Guess I'm just gonna do Maokai. I have to do tank Maokai. I cannot do Rakan into all that. Rakan is also just feels terrible. Oh, it's Vagar bottom. Rakan just feels absolutely awful into Wukong as well. Because when he's spinning around, you can't shield someone who's close to him. You can't W him. Like, not a fantastic matchup in Alistar. Like, it's doable, but it's not great. Oh, I should have researched. 6 times in total. Okay, so you get your initial 2. Yeah, that sounds about right, Joel. Well, it's post-mitigation. So that means after armor and magic resist, that's what that term means. So she's not going to be healing for 0.7 of their total amount. So if they have, like, 100 armor, then she's going to be healing for half of that. Yo, what's up, Ben? Sorry I didn't see you for a second there. Hopefully you're doing well, man. Keeping it real, working on that, the next big game. Hey man, if your dream comes true, if you get that, a little indie platformer comes up, or whatever, I'll try it out. I'll stream it. I'll represent. At least for a little bit.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
But wait, there's more. True, true. Okay, I'm just going to put down a couple of these. It's going to explode by the time red buff comes out. I just want to get some free vision back, get my mana. I could have tried to put a ward on red, I guess.
Minions have spawned.
Okay, so what do we want here? Having engage would be very nice. Being tankier would be very nice into them. Again, we don't have a great run at them comp. I guess Zen does work pretty well with that. Zen's probably gonna... I'm probably... I don't know. I guess I'll try out tank. Who would be a good complementary character if Rakan is your main? What do you mean, like, just in case he's banned, or like for bad matchups? Bad matchups, you'd want something, some kind of like ranged or AP variant, I would think. So like Maokai, I think is really good right now. Maokai is very versatile, but the stuff that Rakan is bad into is lots of CC. That almost makes me want to go AP again, just because I just don't know if we're ever going to be able to engage into them. But the poke might be good, because I just like AP Maokai with Ezreal, because like your poke late game is just so good. If Ezreal gets a couple of items. So yeah, I don't know, diving into them is probably going to be rough. Damn, if I'd been able to throw that up a little bit earlier, or if I had taken W instead. Okay, that Ezreal, that was a pretty good trade there.
Use of magic.
I can W to get through his thing if people are close enough. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Patient as a tree.
Oh, if he would have just hit that. It is. Okay, it's pushing towards us. That's not too bad, I guess. Considering Katarina's losing some pressure for that.
If I am already lost, I will take.
Okay, so we can still kind of adjust a little bit. Let me get one more potion, just because this lane's a little rowdy. Oh, she's AP? Okay, I'll have to read her more carefully. So she's like an auto attacker AP, like a Gnasher's Tooth user. I guess they're trying to push that archetype a little bit more. They've added some AP ratios to like Xin Zhao and more auto attackers, but yeah, I agree. I don't think the itemization is ideal for those types of champs, like squishy AP, you know, DPS champs are, it's kind of rough out there. They could be on Dragon.
Give them room to spread their leaves. To find life, I will snuff yours out.
I've been losing a lot on Maokai lately, but the thing about win rate overall on him is still like okay. It's just, I think maybe I'm just picking him into difficult matchups.
An enemy has been slain.
The shadow has fallen, as men have.
Fuck is he going? Oh my god. Katarina? Okay.
An ally has been slain.
Human nature.
An enemy has been slain.
I have not actually played Wild Rift. I really don't play mobile games that much. So I don't really have a ton to base an experience on. I just do mostly desktop stuff. So, because most of the stuff that I do is going to be recorded. I don't play a lot of stuff like off stream. And it's just, I don't know. I guess you could record mobile and things like that. It just feels like it's just something that's not done as much, like streaming or doing recordings on mobile, but maybe I'm just a boomer, I don't know. Well, Hecarim did just get nerfed. I don't think he's that OP. I think he's good. I mean, he's probably like a reasonable ban. He did just get nerfed on this patch some, but I mean, I think most of that was Ezreal screwed up something with his E. Like, he should not have been caught. I didn't see exactly what happened, but okay, Veigar is pretty far behind. About to get Hecarim'd, potentially. Allie's only level 4. Wow, almost lived too. Okay, well that's not bad considering they used all those resources on us. Did I get ignited? No. I don't know if Vhagar flashed either. But considering what all was going on there, that's not too bad. Who got it? Hecarim got it. I mean, it's better than Vhagar getting it, but... Oh, that's a great point, yeah. Mobile games, you expect to just kind of sit down, you know, like you're on the train heading to work or something in the city, or you got a bathroom break or something, you know. You got 10 minutes before your lunch shift is over. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it feels like if it's a mobile game, it should be 10 to 15 minutes. 10 minutes might be a little short, but like I think 15 would be a good number. Most StarCraft matches back in the day, like 1v1 StarCraft matches, I think were pretty close to like 15 minutes ish. I feel like it kind of depends on the strategies you were using, but and that's probably not even including champ select if you have 40-minute games, because that's one thing with League too. Even if there are no dodges and you just queue up, and like by the time you get into a game, it's probably at least 5 minutes. Oh, you trying to get sleepy, Sammy? That's right, Ben. Dude, my daughter sits on the toilet. She'll sit there for hours. But we have like one of those cushy seat. It like makes the toilet seat smaller that you put on top of the toilet, which is fantastic. But yeah, it's so comfy. She'll just sit there. Maybe hours is a stretch, but an hour I don't think is that far out of the question for her. Nothing we can do on the bot side. We are doing very well CS wise, but Vhagar gets a lot of free like power on his Q. I don't know what his, how many stacks does he have? He's got 76. Like that is something for sure. She just will like play with her iPad. We let her play like these educational games like Khan Kid Academy and stuff like that. It's not technically her iPad. I mean, it basically is her iPad, but we just let her use our tablet. No clue where to start. Potty train's kind of weird. I think those little like mini toilet things are just great. I could link you the product. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I could find it. Maybe if that seed hits him? I was really hoping it would. We're about to get... Maybe shouldn't have used Ignite there. I thought we might be able to kill him, but... She ain't gonna be happy about that one. She gonna be diffed and miffed on that, for sure. I know, yeah, no, this is way better than the bedpan. It's like, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a modification that you can take on and off of your real toilet, where they're using your real toilet, but they can actually sit on it. It has a little step where they can step up to it. But so they're actually using the real toilet. You don't have to change it out. And it's comfortable and like pretty safe. So that was way better than changing out the bedpan. We didn't ever do that. But that sounds rough. More people have been doing Boots of Lucidity, but I think I'm gonna hold out and try to get the Sork boots, because I want that damage.
An enemy has been slain.
Clean out a Mickey Mouse toy. I agree. I agree. Yeah, my wife scouted out and found that little like mini, or it's not even a mini potty, it's the potty modification. It's like a cover. It's like a toilet cover almost. It basically just is this soft like toilet seat they can sit on that's like about half the diameter of a normal toilet, but the hole still goes down into the water like a normal toilet. Hopefully Victor's not dead. I don't think he is. Can they get Rift? Zen's on the bottom side. I guess we just get a counter gank, maybe? He could come up and use this. Yeah, we could try to push up. Yeah, there he is.
My heart would is I do nature's bidding.
An ally has been slain.
I cannot stop. The forest
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, what up, Nagarake?
Your turret has been destroyed.
Those seeds are just so useful for keeping people at bay, just allowing you to continue to poke and pressure. But yeah, Khan Academy Kids is great. We use that on the iPad, and like, it's like there's also like a, I don't know if it's a straight up Sesame. I think there is a straight up Sesame Street app. Khan Academy Kids, and there's one other kind of learning game, but the Khan Academy Kids seems really cool for like different learning games. I think it's a huge. I mean, she's just coming up with stuff, and she's so smart. I'm like, where the hell did she learn that? I think it's these games. I mean, some of it's daycare and school, but like they're pretty good. They make like reading fun and different kind of spatial reasoning, and I was pretty impressed with them. I think the age of video games rot your brain isn't necessarily, not that it ever was true, but definitely there's a lot of ways it can actually enhance your learning quite a bit now. It's not just like cheesy, lame, you know, kind of games anymore. It's some good looking stuff that's fun.
Every step defiance.
An ally has
What was that TP? Oh, that was Wukong.
Already lost. I will take them.
I might have to do like Abyssal Mask or something. That may not be a terrible idea second. Just be like a little tanky.
Not even in the smallest branch.
That was his. That's a pretty big cooldown, I think, for him.
an enemy has been slain.
FP outside as a as an adult. Hey, I was telling my students, if people don't know this, though, you got to be careful with that. I mean, you know, I've done it too. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys do. But public urination can actually count as a sex crime. Like, you can be... Don't give Cat resets. We do not want to give her resets, please. But yeah, you can be labeled as a sex offender for that, which is terrible. But there are like YouTube videos, I'm sure, about it out there. But it's on the books for some reason. Even if it's not just normally, you just went to the bar, you had a lot to drink, you're peeing on a street corner, like even if there are no minors around. Actually, you know what? Maybe I still just go for demonic. I might regret this, but
Your turret has been destroyed.
now,
That sapling.
yeah. So that's really bad. Now, are most cops gonna do that to you? Probably not. But if you catch them in a bad mood or you say something sassy to them, you know, they can get you with that. So, and you know, being on the sex registry is terrible because it doesn't discriminate, right, against like just whether you're peeing outside or it's like aggravated rape, you know. You're gonna be on that registry, and that means like you can't live within 5 miles of a public park or school. You basically can't live almost anywhere. You have to, if you move into a neighborhood, you have to tell everybody within a certain mile radius that you're a sex offender. This is just all these like this really bad. It's so hard to get a job because you have to disclose it on a job. It's basically like you get a scarlet letter. Yeah, so it's yeah. I think that's overdone. Like they need to change that law, honestly. Like, I mean, yeah, okay, sure. If it's like if they want to hit you with a fine or something, I can understand that, right? It is kind of a nuisance to business owners, right? It can create smells and sanitation problems potentially, but like to ruin someone's life over like that is ridiculous. Or obviously if you're like there's something actually scandalous going on, like exposing yourself to a minor in some kind of like perverse way, you know, obviously there should be something with that. But if it's just like a dude outside a bar, like, or like you said, someone who's like a trucker or something that is just a little far from a stop. Wukong is strong.
I will show
Ezreal doesn't have the armor anymore
the ruination.
in his build, so I found that out after strike number 2. That's pretty funny, Ben. I didn't know that. I guess that does count too, yeah.
I resist.
What would that, like, exhibitionism or something? Yeah, if you're having sex in a car. I didn't realize they give you a 3 strikes on that. I guess that's nice of them, instead of just straight up getting you.
Into the forest.
Yeah, don't get the 3rd strike on that. I don't know how long those strikes last either, but...
I will fight for every pebble, every blade of grass. What's one more grave?
See, this is where this type of comp shines. When you're setting up for objectives, when you're ahead. This is similar to the last comp, but I think Victor is a bit more consistent than Lux in the mid lane. I think that's a huge part of it, is that Victor just has much more reliability with his skills. Like, his ult's just gonna do damage and zone people out, you know? And then Xin Zhao, I think, is more reliable than Elise right now, so... It's like we have a similar type of style with Poke, but it's just a little bit more well-rounded than the last one.
Like an itch beneath
This Ezreal is also playing a little bit better, I think. And they don't have... I don't know. It's just working out a little bit better this time. Veigar is particularly bad against Poke, I think, too. So, because if you're not playing into his cage...
Enemy killing spree.
And they have a pretty good, like I said, kind of dogpile comp, so like engaging into them is rough, so just having a bit more poke is nice.
I win to wrap up them.
Can we just apply pressure over here, maybe? I'm not sure. Need more.
Patient as a tree.
I'm kind of at a weak point. It'd be nice if I had Demonic Embrace before we actually had a real fight over Baron, but... For tier list videos? Yeah, you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow, I think, man. I appreciate you waiting on them. I did do the patch notes today, but yeah, I've just been busy with other projects right now. But I will do the support tier list and maybe the ADC tier list. I'll see if maybe I can report or do the support tier list tonight and then release it tomorrow around noon. Yeah, I was trying to catch up in WoW some because we ended up switching factions, and I've just been doing that a lot the last couple weeks. So I am going to get back on the wagon with other stuff. I'm just trying to stabilize in that and get to a place where I can just kind of chill a bit more. Really? How is this idiot not dead yet? Okay. Good. Cat's at like 1 HP. Oh, he walked right by him. That feels bad. Okay, I appreciate it, man. But yeah, I appreciate your patience. But yeah, I will try to have it out. I just, like I said, been trying to catch up with other things. And I had a lot of, like, student essays and other things to work on. The dude that came in here is a lawyer. We probably had several lawyers. I know there was one guy in particular, but, you know, lawyer people, they're smart. He's not going to give out, like, legal advice, like, free legal advice most of the time, because he could be held liable for that. Maybe. Unlikely, but it's usually bad practice for lawyers to give out, like, free legal advice. Especially if they don't know, like, someone's total legal situation for things. How fed is that motherfucker? Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I guess he was standing so close. Hecarim does feel pretty strong. Maybe I should keep banning Hecarim. Oh, nice. Oh, whoa. That was sweet. Here comes Yorick. Okay, he missed everything. It was all an elaborate bait just for us to clean him up at Baron. That's all it was. I mean, he's right. It was a mistake. We shouldn't have done that. So, that's all there is to say about that. But yeah, I mean, usually the best legal advice that someone has is don't ever say anything and go hire a lawyer. Basically, that can understand your entire situation and help you out. Hey, thanks, Ben. I appreciate it, buddy. Hey, man, just look up, I don't remember what it's called, or how to send you a link on the potty. If you check back in tomorrow, if you can stop by the streamer, just next time you check in, I'll have it, I'll have a link, like, in some notes or something that I can post up for you. Or, hey, if you come back and just check out the stream review tomorrow, after this point in the stream, I'll look it up right after this, and then I will put a link in the chat. So I think if you come back through tomorrow and have the chat enabled, then you'll be able to see the link, I believe. And I'll link that bathroom thing for you. It'll change your life for the body training. That's why I don't give free meds on the street. Probably a good idea, too.
Defiance.
I don't know Saudi Arabia's laws, but I imagine it's probably not too friendly to just, like, black market pharmaceuticals.
If I am already lost, I will take them with me.
Yes, I mean, he did get a good item, like, that is important, but... dead again up here. Yeah.
Down.
Shit.
Killing spree.
God, this Wukong is causing some problems. No, don't die, don't die. And dead. Yeah, we're falling off with the Zen. The Zen is really fed, but the old melee... I mean, he does have some mobility now. Yeah, Zen shouldn't have even looked over there. Dude, shut up, you little clown. Like, the game is close.
Oh my god, my teammates aren't playing absolutely perfectly. Just go ahead and surrender, guys.
Just imagine if, like, real athletes did this regularly as much as...
The shadow has
Like, just imagine if, like, Tom Brady said that all the time. Or, like, Michael Jordan. Just such a... I mean, I guess that's why they're so special, if everyone else has those kind of, like, weak mentals.
human nature.
Everyone's just so caught up in this, like, idea of perfection. Like, oh my god, if everything's not going exactly perfectly as I wish it would, then it's not even worth doing it anymore. It's like, nothing's gonna work out perfectly, man. Everybody's making mistakes at everything in life. Like, that's what happens. Except for my wife, she's perfect. You know, like, I don't know. It's just, everyone's just so myopic in their views. It's just like, if it isn't directly beneficial to them, or if they aren't having the best possible time in every activity that they do, then... And that's why Maokai's W is awesome. She dashed and flashed away, and I still just had that millisecond to W click her and followed her the whole way. You can't dodge it, you can't outplay it. Just, it's gonna get you. Face reality and admit his own mistake. I mean, that's true, yeah. Like, it's fine. I think in this culture, too, people are just afraid to, like, admit that they made mistakes, too. Like, it's fine. Like, everybody makes mistakes. To some extent, right? I mean, you should be trying to learn from them, in theory, and some mistakes are worse than others, for sure, but... nice save. Just walk into the room. No. I'm just putting it on the record there. No, she's been asleep for a while. She goes to sleep, like, basically, pretty much before I stream. My daughter... That's a huge reason why I had this time slot, is so that... you know, they're usually asleep or at least winding down by the time I start streaming. He's like, oh, yeah, we only won because the enemy team made mistakes. It's like, yes. Yes. That's why you don't give up when it's like 50-50 on kills. I'm not one of those never give up guys, but I think that people give up too much. I mean, if the score's like 30-1, you know, okay, right? Like maybe if you want to move on to another game, there is some logic to that if the game's already pretty much lost and you have a finite amount of time, which most people do, to play League, then just go ahead and calling it quits on that so you can play another one could help. Yeah, I mean, stopwatch does help, but you're still, like, stalled, right, where other people can kill you. So, yeah, I mean, stopwatch does have some benefit, but it's still, like, basically CCing you for 2.5 seconds if you stopwatch. But let me find that potty seat here real quick, and that's going to be it for the for League tonight. I'll try to stream some more tomorrow. I know I sound like a broken record. My sleep schedule, I'm still trying to get it straight. Balancing out school with family, with World of Warcraft, with League, and then trying to get back into Total War, and, you know, working on my dissertation, which I need to be doing as well. Like, it's a lot of stuff, and I haven't been doing a great job of balancing that, but I'm going to try to see if I can do get that set up a little bit better over the next week. So I will do the support tier list tomorrow, and I'm still going to, the goal is to try to get on around 11:30 for League, and then go to like 2:30 or 3 and see if I can get in 4 or 5 games. It is more fun when I have Jason with me too. Okay, so I don't know if this was the exact brand. Let's see if I can pull this up here. Okay, yeah, it does not have, but this type of thing, if you're watching the replay of this, Ben, I'll throw that out there, but this type of thing is awesome. I think we have a slightly different brand, but it basically, this goes over the top of your toilet. I mean, they've got a picture here, yeah, where it goes over the top of your toilet, and it makes the circumference of the toilet smaller so they can actually sit on it. And then they can step up there, and then you don't have to clean it out. That's obviously the best part, is that it's using the real toilet, the real water, and you can just flush it and not have to shift out a glorified bedpan. And they're not that expensive, right? It's like $30, so they're definitely affordable. It's even got pink and blue if you want to, you know, color code it. But yeah, I like that. Like I said, I haven't used that specific one, but that product is awesome, because we have some other people that just use the traditional toilet thing, where you just, it's basically like the bedpan, and God, I just would not want to do that. Now, one thing with this is you might have to monitor them when they're a little bit younger. Maybe you have to watch them while they're doing it a bit more, but you know, my daughter's, she's 3 right now, and she can go by herself with this thing, which is great. She just steps up, goes, flushes, you know, washes her hands, all that stuff. She can do it by herself. So it's very, very unlikely they fall in once they get to like age 3 or something like that, because it's a pretty narrow circumference. And, you know, for something really bad to happen, like you'd hear a splash, they'd probably yell if they fell in, and, you know, they'd pretty much have to just go like face first in the toilet. Like, it's so unlikely that something bad would happen out of that. It's pretty safe. So you might have to pay a little bit more attention than you would with the bedpan style toilet, but I think it's great. Okay, and then tomorrow I'll do an overview of Gwen as well. Exactly, yeah, the enemy makes mistakes, and that's how you win. Okay, but anyways, I guess we'll go ahead and call it a night tonight. So thank you all very much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow around 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see everyone then. Have a good day.